Hey YouTube, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rocks97, here with the deck of the month for March 2012. This is like the start of my channel intervention. Like, I hadn't posted videos for like 3 months, and this will start like my video posting again. So, this deck of the month is Chaos Dragons, and I like this deck because it has a really good matchup against Windup, because if they hand loop you, you have your Light Pulsar loop, and it has a good matchup against Rabbit because all your monsters pretty much get over their exceeds, and then it has a decent matchup against Insectors. You have to know that matchup though, and rely more on your side deck because they're a hard matchup if they know what they're doing. So yeah, with that said and done, we'll get on to the deck profile. 3 Light Pulsar. This is the new dragon from the structure deck. Pretty much, if he's in your hand, you special summon him like a Chaos Sorcerer. But what's really cool is, if he's in your graveyard, you can send a light and dark from your hand to special summon him. He's a 2500 beater, and then when he's sent from the field to the graveyard, you special summon 1 level 5 or higher Dark Dragon type monster. So pretty much you loop him out with your Red Eyes. 2 Red Eyes. I only play 2 of this. A lot of people would disagree and they tell me to play 3. But you have to see the rest of the build to know why I only play 2. He's great. He's a 2800 beater, and he pretty much loops out with your Light Pulsar for the Pulsar loop, and that's all he's really used for, so I only play 2 of him. 2 Eclipse Wyvern. This dude's great because he's a light level 4 dragon type, and he pretty much searches Dark Arm Dragon when he's just sent to the graveyard. You get Dark Arm Dragon pretty much, and he's really good for just because you can search Dark Arm. 1 Wyvern. A lot of people aren't playing this, but I like him because he's great with Future Fusion, and if you draw him, he's an 18 beater, which isn't that bad, but he pretty much, if your loop gets stopped by like Pulsar missing its timing, or they just stop your loop, this is an easy card to get your loop back up and running. To start the light engine off, we got Triple Lila. I love Lila. She sets up for big plays. It's the only lights one I run because I don't like Raikou. So Lila's instant bait. Like, you can summon her, and then if they have a Bottomless or Warning or a Fiendish Chain, they're more than likely going to use it unless they're just really risky, because she'll pop them anyways. So it's really good bait. And pretty much you summon it, switch to defense, pop a card, and then at end phase mill 3. It's great speed for the deck, and it sets up for big plays. 2 Dimensional Alchemist. Dimensional Alchemist is great because, well, it's a level 4 light, and then it's 1300. It can pump itself to 18, and like when he's just destroyed and sent to the graveyard, then you get one of your banished cards back. So it's great when Light Pulsar and Chaos Sorcerer and BLS removing stuff from grave. You can remove big stuff and then get it back with Dimensional Alchemist. So it's a really good card. 2 Thunder King. Thunder King's just works great because it's a light 1900, just great against the meta. Like, it's a great opening play. You can just summon it against like Rabbit, and then if they don't have like a Smashing Ground, or they can't summon a Sabersaurus and like Lance, they don't have their Lance play, then they have to use different resources that they really don't want to use to get around him. And so yeah, he's really good against that matchup especially. Honest is great. I run a decent amount of lights that you can just summon, but it's mostly because with the Light Pulsar loop, Light Pulsar is a light, and then pretty much he's really good against that, and he just gets over all the 3K beaters. 2 Effect Veilers. This rounds off the light engine. This just stops like the Insector loop and the Wind-Up hand loop, and Tour Guide, you know, all that stuff. You gotta stop your opponent's things or you will lose. To start the Dark Engine off, 1 Armageddonite. I love this card. I just decided to tech it in here. Pretty much if you're not set up, you summon him, and you send a Red Eyes to grave and get set up so you can start your Pulsar loop. And he has another nice target that I'm about to show you guys. But yeah, he's really good. He's level 4 too, so you can like easy Utopias in this deck. So many level 4s. Plus he looks really awesome. So, 1 Plague Spreader. I run Plague Spreader just because it gives you lots of outs, like going into Scrap Dragon with all the level 6s on this deck, or going into a Brionic with all the level 4s, because it's like really good, because Synchros just give you more outs, so yeah. One Crow, Crow's great, like you chain it to their Avarice and they don't get their pluses and their Reborn and stuff. It's 1 games, plus it's just an easy dark you can just pitch. It's really good against certain matchups too, like you can remove the Hunter or the Hornet, so. 1 Sangan. To boss monsters, we got BLS, just like the greatest chaos monster ever. 1 Chaos Sorcerer. It's really good. I play 1 Chaos Sorcerer because you have a lot of light and dark targets, and this you can just bait stuff with this guy. And he's 23, so he's pretty big. And then he gets rid of Zen mains and Gotchi, so that's problems you really don't have to deal with. It's just like a huge plus. 2 Trag, really great. Just get rid of, just drop him when you take damage. And since I don't run any traps and a low spell count, he's pretty huge. He's usually about 2,400 or 3,000, sometimes 36. And like you run a lot of different levels in this deck. So he pretty much can steal anything and make like any exceed really easy. So he's a really good card, and he's a dark, so he's really just fits perfectly. Gore's Dark Armed. He's like the super boss monster because you can search him out with Eclipse Wyvern, which is like really ridiculous. So that was the monster lineup. On his spells, 2 Duality, just increase the consistency. Dragons always have had this problem where they draw too many big monsters. In this build, not so much because I kind of try to keep that down by not having so many big monsters. But Duality is really good because you're not specialing every turn. So yeah. 1 Charge, 1 Allure. You run a lot of darks, so fits. 1 Future Fusion. This card should have been banned, but since it's not, we can play it, and it's 5 Foolish Burials that has a chance to get out of 5k beach sale. Foolish, if you're not set up, you can get set up. There's a lot of great targets in this deck. 1 Book, it was just an answer to everything. So on the staples, you got double MST. I don't play 3 because I have 3 Lila. Heavy, Dark Hole, Reborn. So yeah, that was main deck. On to extra deck. Real fast, 5-headed, you need 5-headed. 1 Leviathan Dragon. This is just here to signify that you need 3 Utopias, and I don't know, he looks kind of cool. So. But really, 3 Utopias. Remember, like, no Leviathan Dragon, you don't have like any level 3s at all, and Leviathan is not that great of a card. So 3 Utopias, remember that. Catastor, Brio, Gaia Knight, Black Rose, Scrap Archfiend, Colossal, and then like Red Dragon. Same thing with Stardust and Scrap Dragon. Okay, that was extra deck. And then side deck. I haven't really play tested the side deck, but I need to. But like at locals today, there was no tournament, so I couldn't really play test the side deck. So just to start off, 3 Prime Material. Chain Burn is a scary deck to play against. 2 Sour Dragon. This is great against like anti-meta or the random decks, and it's also really good against Karakuri and Wind Up. 2 Smashing Ground. Like Rabbit, I guess, or anything with really big monsters, anti-meta. It's just really good against them. 1 Shadow Imprisoning. 3 Chain Disappearance. I like overstocked on this card because like just Dragonfly and Rat and everything that's annoying. 2 Bottomless, Rabbit, random decks, just anything with really big monsters. Dust Tornado because it's super. Okay, so that was the deck. I didn't get to play test some of it, but it's been working really well. I have play tested it before. I've learned that has like a really good matchup against Wind Up, which is what I really like about it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and leave a comment on what you think, have any ideas and whatnot. So yeah, this was Yu-Gi-Oh! Rocks 97 with Deck of the Month for March 2012. Bye YouTube.